going on, everyone, and Merry Christmas. Well, in case you're wondering what this video is, this is in fact a SvenSulley Christmas Special for all of you guys that loves the spirit of Christmas and the whole holiday just as much as me. So hey, here's the video for you guys. I got the idea because I love Christmas, it's my favorite holiday, and also I love doing countdown videos. So I thought if I mix the two together, this would be a great video to make because, hey, why not? So here it is. And I will indeed be counting down my top 5 Christmas movies. So here, to help me out with that is my Nutcracker friend that I have here. And yeah, he's a great guy. So hey, say hi to the Nutcracker. And in case a lot of you guys are wondering, where are your favorite Christmas movies? Well, sorry to say, this is my list and not yours. And these are the movies that I grew up with loving for Christmas. So don't hate on this list, it's my list. But hey, feel free to talk about your favorite Christmas movies in the comments. So to start at number 5, I have decided to go with The Polar Express. Now, astonishingly to my mind, I looked up what this movie got today, and on Rotten Tomatoes, it has a 55%. Now that blew my mind because this movie is a great Christmas movie, I think. I saw this movie actually in first grade with my entire class, and I loved it when I first saw it, and now, to this day, I feel like the charm and the spirit of this movie still holds up. It has some really good looking animation. It also has Tom Hanks as the train conductor, and he was great in this movie, and honestly, who else would you want as your train conductor other than Tom Hanks? Come on. No, but seriously, this movie is actually great. It has a lot of good songs too. The Hot Chocolate song, I know you guys like that song a lot. It is a great song. And the Polar Express song, when they sing that song, going onto the train, yeah, a great song there too. And there's also a weird thing about this movie for me is that always when I was a kid on Christmas Eve, I was always hoping that a train would show up in my neighborhood to pick me up to bring me to the North Pole, just like it does for the kids in this movie. And I always thought that was really cool. That's actually one of the greatest things about this movie, that I thought the train itself, the Polar Express, I thought that was a great idea to talk about Christmas and Christmas Eve itself. At number 4, okay, this is a movie that actually gets me a little annoyed now since I've seen it so many times over and over again, but nonetheless, number 4 is Elf. Yeah, Will Ferrell, he was great in this movie. Way back in 2003, I believe it came out, and honestly, Will Ferrell, this is the Will Ferrell movie, I believe, because he was great in this role. It's, without a doubt, probably his best comedic role we've ever seen. He is great as Elf, Buddy the Elf, in this movie. He is awesome. The movie itself is really funny too. Obviously, Will Ferrell, he just is the star in this movie. And James Caan as the father is also really funny too. And there's a lot of comedic moments between him and his dad in the movie, and I thought that was a great thing, especially because you go through the backstory of Buddy, and he's obviously the son of James Caan in the movie, and that's honestly great, a great idea, having an elf come into the real world. And Elf is honestly a great movie overall. It's easily one of the funniest Christmas movies out there, especially because of Will Ferrell, and really the Christmas spirit is there for everyone. It's a movie everybody loves. It's a movie that's very quotable too. Elf is an amazing Christmas movie, and it's easily one of the best Christmas movies of all time. And coming in at number 3, we have one of the most iconic Christmas movies involving Santa Claus, I think. And that would be the Santa Claus, the first one. Yeah, not the second one really, definitely not the third one, but the first one is easily the most classic Santa Claus movie in my opinion. Yeah, Tim Allen, where has he been recently? I have no idea, but back in the 90s, he played the Santa Claus, and honestly, he was great in this role. He really seemed like Santa Claus, and it was another cool story, too, about Christmas. It's about a man becoming Santa Claus, a regular person, and I thought that was a great idea for a Christmas movie, and yeah, this movie really holds up to this day as a great Christmas movie. My favorite part is when the police are going after Tim Allen's character as Santa Claus. They believe that he stole his son Charlie away because obviously Tim Allen and his wife are divorced. We've seen that plot so many times, but in this movie it works well because they're all going after Tim Allen's character because they think he's dressing up as Santa. They think he's crazy, but he's really not. It's actually a pretty good story overall, and really, it's a joyful movie. It has a lot of good moments, and I think the Santa Claus is a terrific Christmas movie, easily one of my favorites. It's probably one of the most enjoyable movies for Christmas overall. You don't get bored. It's really enjoyable, honestly. I think anybody can enjoy this movie because I think it's pretty well written for it. It's not really funny, but it's really enjoyable, honestly. Okay, now 1 and 2, these movies are extremely interchangeable. These are easily my favorite Christmas movies of all time, and I mean 1 and 2, it doesn't really matter. For me, I decided to go with this at number 2. This is actually, I'd say, my family's overall favorite Christmas movie to watch every single year together. We watch this every single Christmas, and this movie would happen to be Christmas Vacation. It is honestly a great movie, so quotable. Chevy Chase is back at it again. We had the first Vacation movie, we had European Vacation, and now we have a Christmas Vacation. Wow. This is honestly a great Christmas movie. One of the most quotable without a doubt, and there's so many great moments in here in this entire movie. I mean, Christmas Vacation, it's honestly just like a modern family and how bad Christmas can go for a family overall. And that's what the movie shows. It shows how terrible your Christmas can be, and no matter how terrible it could be, you're always going to have your family and you're always going to have that Christmas spirit to go back to and love each other and celebrate Christmas. So the movie, even though it's a comedy and it's really funny to this day, and it's obviously a classic in itself for being just a Christmas movie and a movie overall, honestly. This movie has a lot of deeper meanings to itself as well, even though that sounds weird. It's a really good holiday spirit movie. Obviously, a lot of great moments in there, very funny, as I said. And I really can't imagine watching another movie before Christmas every single year other than this. This is easily one of the best Christmas movies, if not the best Christmas movie, in my opinion, of all time. And finally, at number 1, this is honestly probably my favorite Christmas movie when I was a younger kid, other than Christmas Vacation. These two movies obviously are great, but this one, as a kid, and there's also another one that really touched my heart, and I always loved watching, no matter if it was the summertime, if it was the fall, if it was the spring. It didn't have to be Christmas, it could just be any time. And it is Home Alone 1 and Home Alone 2, Lost in New York. This movie, oh man, the memories go back all the way to when I was at birth. This movie was amazing, and it still to this day is absolutely fantastic. You have Macaulay Culkin play Kevin McAllister, and he is great always. He is honestly the typical role as your little schemish little kid who's always little rat. And Marvin Harry, oh my goodness, these guys are easily my 2 favorite Christmas criminals of all time, if not the best criminals in a comedy movie. I mean, these guys are so funny, and they're at the same time really weird, and every single moment with those guys is really funny. And both movies, honestly, people would say they like the first one better, but I'd say they're both pretty much the same movie, so I had to put them together, and I'd say they're both easily great movies. Marvin Harry in the movies, so many quotable lines, honestly. Home Alone, I think, has the most quotable lines in any Christmas movie ever. It's basically due to Marvin Harry, and then you also have Kevin McAllister and his entire family. Buzz in the movie, too, the older brother of Kevin. Yeah, he's great, too. He's always really funny in this movie. There's a lot of comedic roles with them, especially. In the second one, there's a moment when they're in the Christmas concert, and that is a really funny scene, not gonna lie, especially when that lady on the piano, she falls back. A great scene. And also, my favorite parts of these movies have always been the ending whenever Marvin and Harry are going after Kevin. Those scenes are great when Kevin sets up all the traps. I don't know why, but those are easily my favorite parts of the Home Alone movies. Home Alone 1 and 2, you are my favorite Christmas movies of all time. Well guys, let me know what you thought of this video and tell me your favorite Christmas movies of all time. A Christmas Story, sorry, that movie's really weird. It's not on my list, so if you like that movie, let me know. So, this week I am going to see Passengers. I'm seeing that tonight with my brother, and I'm going to review that tomorrow for you guys. And then tomorrow I'm going to see La La Land, so expect that review to come on Christmas Eve this Saturday. Also, next week I'm thinking about going to see Fences, and also there are 3 movies that are really good that are in limited releases, and I really want to see them, but I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to before the year ends. So we have Gold, the movie I talked about way back in August. We also have Silence, and we also have Patriots Day, and they're all in limited releases right now, so I really want to see all 3 of those movies, and hopefully I can. If not, I'm going to try to see another movie next week. Fences and maybe something else. Definitely not Assassin's Creed. But something else, I'm sure. Thank you all for watching this video, and I hope you all have a very merry, fantastic Christmas.